Nita, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I've been looking forward to meeting you. Did you find the place okay?
Yes, I did. I'm not very familiar with this area, but I did find it.
Good. So I was wondering if you got a chance to read and sign the paperwork, the contract that you were given in reception?
Yes, I did.
Yeah? Okay, excellent. So there's the topic of confidentiality that I just wanted to go through with you to make sure that you do have a good understanding of how that works. So this is a safe place. Counselling is a safe place for you to be able to talk about your concerns and how you're feeling about certain things. So everything that we do talk about is kept confidential between you and I. However, there are limitations to confidentiality, and these are if I feel at any stage you're at risk of harm to yourself or to other people, I have to breach confidentiality. If my case notes are subpoenaed by court for any reason, I have to breach confidentiality. And also there may be times where I have to discuss some of the things that we talk about with my supervisor. However, if that does come up, I will make sure that you do remain anonymous in that situation with the supervisor. So is that okay? Do you have any questions?
No, that makes sense.
No? Okay. And if at any stage any of these situations where I do have to breach confidentiality come up, I will discuss them with you first.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. So another thing that I wanted to make clear as well is that we have weekly sessions with clients as well. So sometimes they can change to monthly depending on our sessions together. And they're free for the first 6 sessions covered under Medicare, and then anything after that is $70. Is that okay with you?
Yep, that's fine.
Excellent. So you can cancel at any time if counselling's not for you, and if you can't make it to one of the sessions, we do require 24 hours notice.
Okay.
Yep. Excellent. So have you been to counselling before, Nita?
No, this is my first time. I'm a little bit nervous. I've never really been to anything like this, and I'm not sure what to expect.
Okay, yeah, and it's quite normal to feel a little bit nervous, especially when you're trying counselling for the first time. So we will look at working together and hopefully building our relationship so that you can feel a bit more comfortable in talking about some of the things that are concerning you. So it's a collaborative approach, and we work together towards some of your goals and what areas that might be concerning you as well. Anything else in the contract that you wanted clarification or you weren't
Actually,
about?
yes. I was reading the contract, and there's a bit about referrals, which I wasn't quite sure what that meant and what it actually referred to.
Yeah, yeah. So referrals are quite common in counselling as well. So if at any stage we feel that both you and I feel that you may need support from external services, or you may need to be referred to a specialist service, then we discuss that option together, and with your consent, I will then refer you to that specialised services.
Okay.
Yeah. And referrals can work at any stage, so it could be early in the counselling, it could be towards the middle, it could be at the end. So, yeah, excellent. Now, going back to your expectations, is there anything else that you wanted to discuss or clarify around what you expect from me or from yourself?
No, I just understand that I tell you my problems and you'll help me fix them. So
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yes, yes. Some people do come to counselling expecting the counsellor to know, to have all the solutions and have the magic wand to make everybody's problems go away. But unfortunately, we don't have that type of resources or that magic wand to make everything just disappear. So it would be a lot of hard work for both of us. But together we'll work towards finding options and best possible solutions for your problems. So, Anita, what has brought you to counselling?
So I've been in a relationship with somebody for about 6 months.
Okay.
I wanted us to move forward with our relationship and get married, and he's not on the same page as me, and it's causing a lot of tension. And then in addition to that, my mother's very unwell, so I have a lot of things to deal with at home with her as well, and then my boss is putting a lot of pressure on me to deliver everything on time, and so I'm just having some trouble juggling everything at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. And I can see that all of these combined are making you feel quite overwhelmed.
Oh, very. And it's just really, there are some times when I just come home and I have to deal with my mother and I have to deal with my relationship, and then I have to go to work the next day and I'm having trouble with that, and it just makes me really upset.
Okay, yeah. And I'm wondering, Aneta, how long have you been dealing with all of these issues?
It's probably ramped up in the last 3 months, but I've been in my relationship for 6 months. My mum's been sick for the last 3-4 months, so it's not that new, but it's now starting to get worse. So
yeah. So how have you been coping so far with all of these pressures?
not very well, but yeah, I just take it day by day, and yeah, communication's a bit of a difficult one. Like I said, this is my first time doing counselling, and don't really have anyone else I can turn to. So yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah, I do understand that it is very hard to seek support in such personal issues, but that's what we're here for, and that's what we're hoping that we can do with this session as well. So given that this session's very different to the other ones, I just wanted to know, you told me that you are experiencing some concerns with your partner because you want to move forward and he's not in the same place as you, and your mother's quite sick, and you're looking after her as well, so that's an area of concern for you, and then you have some pressures with work. So I'm just wondering if we could prioritise any of those concerns. What would the biggest concern be?
Well, probably dealing with my mother and my relationship are probably quite equal, because my mother's also putting a lot of pressure on me to get married. Obviously she's not well, so you know, she wants to see her family happy. Dealing with that situation is probably the number one thing for me at the moment, and the work thing I can deal with because I try not to bring work home, but obviously that's a bit hard too.
So when you say dealing with that concern, do you mean working the relationship with your mother or the relationship with your partner?
Probably with my partner first, because I feel like I'm putting a lot of pressure on him because of what's happening with my mother.
Okay, so what we can do is, if it's okay with you, focus on that area first, and we will look at all the areas that are overwhelming you, but we can start by working on that issue first, if that's okay. Excellent. So we only have a couple more minutes before the session ends, and I was wondering if you had any other questions before we go and sign the contract.
No, just maybe in terms of the number of counselling sessions I'll need. I know you said that the first 6 are free, but obviously money is a bit of a factor as well. So what happens if I have to go over the 6 sessions?
And I do apologise, I said when we'll go and sign the contract, but you already signed it. But so if you go over the 6 sessions, it will be $70 after for each session. And you can, like I said, you can continue as long as you need to. So it's really difficult to find a time for every single person and have a set time. So we like to see how it goes, and together we can work out what the best time frame is for yourself. Okay, excellent. So if you don't have any other questions, we can book another time in next week for you.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks. Do I speak to reception about that?
Yeah, well, I'll come out with you and we can sort that out.
Great, thank you.
Okay, it was lovely meeting you,
Nice
and
meeting
thank you
you
so
too.
much for opening up and having that chat with me. And we'll focus on the first topic of you and your partner.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thanks
excellent.
very much.
Thank you.